Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Shanzay Kashif, and currently I'm a student at Capella High School who aspires to go into the medical field. I have a question for all of you, whether you've already decided it or not. But what do you want to be when you grow up? When I was younger, I would have given you multiple answers. I wanted to be a doctor, a lawyer, a president, a fashion designer, even an actress when I grew up. However, when reality really began to set in and I learned the importance of finding a career that allows me to live financially comfortable, it always comes down to two main choices, doctor or lawyer. But what about the actress and fashion designer? Can't they also be equally successful? Today, we'll be discussing how success, fulfillment, and financial growth can all be achieved when we align our careers with our deepest passions. In modern society, many are completely discouraged of doing their desirable careers purely based off the average salary. And most likely, this has applied to so many of us, including myself. We completely eliminate the possibility that we might actually be successful in our desirable careers because that just seems purely unrealistic. In reality, it's really not. We've seen so many people throughout history do this, such as Frida Kahlo, Christian Dior, Gordon Ramsay, and there's so much more. According to Oxford Dictionary, success is defined as having profit, popularity, or distinction. What if I told you that by following your desirable careers, you can actually achieve a better work ethic, more recognition, and happiness, all fulfilling the requirements according to our dictionary definition? So, let's align our passions with our purpose by the end of today's speech. Something you may have not known about me is that both my parents are doctors, and whenever I volunteer at the same hospital as my mom, I can't help but notice how happy she is, helping each and every single patient every single day. There happens to be some science to prove why that is. Researchers Jana Monel Vanev, Clement Bennett, and George Ward conducted a study and discovered that happiness at work can actually lead to a 13% increase in productivity. And this could have been seen in an example of my mother, where she helps countless patients, handling 30 or more every single day. With passion alone, it can truly drive someone to achieve the remarkable. However, it leads to the question, how do we even know if our work is good enough? Will it be so good that we might actually get mentioned in history books? Maybe. When you have passion for something, you will certainly have much more pride in whatever it may be. This allows an individual to perform tasks or produce items that are considered outstanding. I mentioned this person before, but let's bring back in Frida Kahlo. In 1925, she was unfortunately in a bus incident that left her with multiple fractures, a pierced abdomen, and a broken spine. This left her with ongoing health issues, immense pain, and disability. But this didn't stop her. She began to create even heavier emotions in her artworks and used this huge, catastrophic problem to her advantage. A prime example would be a self-portrait in a velvet dress. I mentioned before how success can look like popularity. Well, then her artworks lead to her popularity. Didn't passion alone break these boundaries and allow her to become popular? Regardless, whether you become popular or you don't, you will certainly have much more recognition in your workforce. Throughout this speech, it may have just seemed that I'm saying the word success and adding a bunch of other words with it. However, it's crucial for us to actually understand what the meaning of success is, so it's not just a silly word we all want to be. Success can look different for each and every single individual, but universally, it is agreed that is that feeling you receive when you achieve something remarkable. And that emotion that sparks in that very moment is satisfaction, which actually leads me to my last point over how passions will allow you to feel much more fulfilled in your fields. If you like debate, you might enjoy being a lawyer. And if you love acting, you will certainly love being an actress. And through that, you are able to achieve success in the purest form, happiness. To conclude, I want to remind you all that by aligning your true passions with the future, you will be able to achieve your purpose. To summarize today's key main points, we discussed over how passion can lead to determination, recognition, and happiness. And we even mentioned key passionate individuals such as my mother and Frida Kahlo. So, don't be afraid to do what truly excites you. Whether you decide you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, a president, a fashion designer, even an actress, I can guarantee you, as long as you're following the thing you are the most passionate about, you will be successful. I encourage you all to continue to explore your passions because that is where the true success lies. Thank you so much.